Rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wata'izzu man tasha wa tazillu man tasha biyadikal khair innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. अल्लाह सुब्हाना ताला ही जिसे चाहे इज्जत देते हैं और अल्लाह सुब्हाना ताला ही जिसे चाहे जिल्लत देते हैं और वही हर चीज पर कादिर हैं। आशिकाने पाकिस्तान और आवाज की दुनिया के साथियों, ये वाह टेलीविजन से एक खादिम पाकिस्तान और गुलाम रसूल चांद शाइक की आवाज है और हमेशा की तरह आज फिर वो आपकी खिदमत में अपना पाकिस्तानी खामी टॉक शो ह्यूस्टन कनेक्शन लेकर हाजिर खिदमत है और आपकी खिदमत में सलाम अर्ज करता है। इससे पहले कि मैं प्रोग्राम का आगाज करूं, हमेशा कहता हूं मैं अकेला ही चला था जानबे मंजिल मगर लोग साथ आते गए कारवां बनता गया। तुंदिए बादे मुखालिफ से ना घबराए औकाब, ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए। नाजरीन, ह्यूस्टन में बहुत से प्रोग्राम होते हैं, आप देखते हैं, एंजॉय करते हैं, वह टेलीविजन को देखते हैं, हमारे टॉक शोज को सुनते हैं, आप फिल्में देखते हैं, गाने सुनते हैं, आप हमें कॉल भी करते हैं। हजारों की तादाद में लोगों ने लॉग इन किया होता है। ह्यूस्टन में हाल ही में पाकिस्तान अमेरिकन चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स की तरफ से प्रोग्राम, उनके प्रोग्राम में मैंने शिरकत की और मैंने इतना अच्छा और ऑर्गेनाइज प्रोग्राम एक बहुत मुद्दत से नहीं देखा था। इस ऑर्गेनाइज्ड और खूबसूरत प्रोग्राम को करने के ये मैं शेख सईद साहब का और उनके तमाम दोस्तों का जिन्होंने उनकी इसमें हेल्प की, जिसमें उनके तमाम मेंबरान और एग्जीक्यूटिव कमेटी के मेंबर शामिल हैं, मैं उनका शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। इसमें हमारे टेक्सास के अटॉर्नी जनरल साहब शीला जैक्सन और बहुत सी अच्छी शख्सियतों ने इसमें हिस्सा लिया, पाकिस्तान का नजरिया पेश किया, पाकिस्तान की कम्युनिटी को प्रमोट किया और इस तरह के प्रोग्राम को होना चाहिए। इसके साथ साथ लोगों ने यह भी अहद किया कि हम मिलकर काम करके पाकिस्तान को एक बहुत ही मजबूत मुल्क बनाएंगे। शेख सईद साहब और आपके सब हम नवाज सब दोस्त हमेशा ये करते रहेंगे ऐसे काम जिससे पाकिस्तान की इज्जत बढ़े। लीजिए, एंजॉय कीजिए इस प्रोग्राम को और उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपको पसंद आएगा।
Recently, Houston has got another nice and upright head of Pakistan consulate, carrying a heavy diplomatic career. Please welcome Consul General Afzal Mahmood. It is also my distinct honor to recognize a generous person who is among us all the way from Midland, Texas, and whose success in business is a role model and pride for all the Pakistani Americans in the United States. He is also the recipient of 2011 PCC USA Businessman of the Year Award. He is none other than the CEO of Midland Energy, Syed Javed Anwar. We have several distinguished elected officials among us, and we would like to honor their public service. Please recognize all who are amongst us tonight. Please recognize Mayor of Rosenberg, Victor Morales. We have the privilege of having Harris County Tax Collector Mike Solomon. City of Richmond Commissioner Gary Gilman, City of Houston Council Member Mike Laster, again another council member but not from Houston, City of Sugar Land, Miss Amy Mitchell. We do also have Justice of Peace Jim Richard. Also very much appreciate the presence of members of the Corps. I take this privilege in recognizing Vice Consul General Abdullah Tawfiq, also among us, I have from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Honorable Consul General Sultan Al Angri, Vice Consul General from the Russian Federation, Mr. Stefan Armoro. It is indeed our privilege in having this year's awards recipient, Mr. Zaki Niazi and Dr. Raza Pasha. It was almost not possible to put together this fabulous evening for all of you without the support of our eminent sponsors. I recognize Midland Energy Inc., Starbo Impact CEO Mr. Tahir Javed, Kingsview, Sam's Club, MedLife, Guidance Residential. Please recognize the officials from the City of Houston, Mayor's Office of International Affairs and Protocol, and also from Mayor's Office of International Trade and Development with Greater Houston Partnership. We have also had representatives from the offices of Senator John Cornyn, Senator Ted Cruz, Congressman Andrini. Please recognize the presence of all our past presidents and the leadership from Turkish, Bangladesh, Pakistani, and many other communities who are here celebrating this occasion. Last but not the least, I would like to especially thank our media partners, ABC 13, KTRK, Geo News and Jal Group, Pakistan Chronicle, Pakistan News, Pakistan Times, Muslim Observer, Pakistan Journal, Pakistan Post, Bond TV, Newswire Houston, and all the way from Los Angeles, California, Geo TV Safir Pakistan, Mr. Gopal Khan. Before I go, we have tonight a surprise guest. She is a very prominent, person from the film industry. I recognize the presence of Madam here coming to us tonight. Thanks for coming. And Ms. Meera from Pakistan. Thank you, and I sincerely hope that you will enjoy the rest of the festivities which we have planned for this evening. Thank you.
Again, thank you to Mr. Shake for making everyone, especially myself, feel very welcome. From the moment you meet him and all down the line, he is truly someone that his actions speak louder than words, and he is a true gentleman and a very good friend to have. If you've noticed that I've been taking pictures, because nowadays, raise your hand if this is the first thing you look at in the morning, and then you say hello to your husband, and before you go to bed at night, this is the last thing you look at. So that's the way our society is these days, and so if you've noticed me taking pictures, that's good, because it's going to go onto the ABC 13 website and ABC 13 Facebook page, because I do want to share this evening with all of our viewers and friends from ABC 13. So go to our Facebook page and you'll hopefully see yourself there. As we move on into our agenda this evening, I would now like to introduce another person that is well known among us all. He is very active and outspoken and well known and respected in every community that I can think of, Mr. Khalid Kazi, the current president of the Pakistan Chamber of Commerce for the 2013 term, and another gentleman responsible for this evening that we are enjoying. Mr. Kazi, please come forward.
I'm so glad that she has already did 70% of my job, so I'm not supposed to be recognized anybody. This is a great honor for me to invite and welcome the Honorable Attorney General of Texas, Greg Abbott, Honorable Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, Honorable Consulate General of Pakistan, Afzal Mahmood, Honorable Consulate General of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Sultan Al Angari, the Consul Court, elected officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you on our 17th annual gala tonight. I cannot go further until I have to be thank a person who brought the General Abbott to the gala tonight here. All his effort and close friendship with him. Mr. Javed Anwar has worked so hard because of his personal friendship, and he is the one who takes care for bringing journals from Austin to Houston. Please give a good hand, big hand for Javed Anwar. Thank you, Mr. Javed Anwar. Let me give it to you the brief history of Chamber of Commerce. The seeds was put in 1997 with a one-man effort, and after 17 years, the seeds grew into the big tree, and the branches gone to the different cities and the different states. When the time comes to get the fruit from this tree, the person left his comfort life, his children and his grandchildren, and he gone back to Pakistan to serve his old mother. This is our founding father, Dr. Ashraf Abbasi. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Abbasi. Dr. Abbasi, we miss you. You are the role model for our young generation. We are here tonight to enjoy the consistent success of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce USA, covering the decade. Of course, this credit goes to all those who work day and night to visualize this esteemed organization working to bridge between the United States and Pakistan through businesses, trade, social and economy ties. I took the responsibility of this office in 2013 January, and the year has gone in the blink of eyes, but we achieved so many goals. We educate our local business community by doing the monthly seminar. As we invited the top CPA firm in Houston, HRSS, to teach about the new tax law to our local businesses. We invited the top immigration lawyer to introduce to the businesses that's the new immigration and labor law. We invited the city of Houston to teach how the businesses can do the business with the city of Houston. And the first time in the history of Chamber of Commerce, we have been contacted from the IRS, and IRS came to educate our businesses how we can avoid an audit from the IRS. And these are the few things what we did in the whole year. I also received an invitation from the Karachi Chamber of Commerce. Just for your information, Karachi Chamber of Commerce is the largest Chamber of Commerce in the whole Pakistan. The total revenue of the Pakistan, 67% has been produced from the Karachi. So you can get the idea how big the Karachi Chamber of Commerce and how important its role to giving really 67% of the total economy to the country. So I visited to them this year on the 22nd of October. On my visit, we decided we have to have a monthly video conference to understand our need. We developed a close relationship. We discussed how to improve our bilateral trade and help to local businesses. News traveled very fast into the community about our meeting. And soon after, I received a call from the Consulate General of Karachi of the United States of America that Mr. Michael Dodd, the Consulate General of the United States, wanted to meet me. And we had visited it, and we have quite some time, and further discuss bilateral trade as well as the business group we had in our mind to take to the Pakistan in the month of March 2014 along with the mayor of Houston. We also discussed about the difficulties getting business visas from Karachi to USA, and he made me a promise that he will look into that matter. We all have our Spokesman magazine in front of you. This magazine is our annual publication. Please take a copy with you. This magazine has some business articles and the messages from the elected officials. Preparation for this function tonight, you can see, it cannot be done without the person who is not dear to us. He is a backbone of this chamber, and he is a workaholic day and night. Not the only anybody can do except that Saeed Share. Please give the hand to Saeed Share for a beautiful setup, day and night. He worked. I really thank you, Saeed Share. I will also like to thank all my EBD, all chairperson and the advisory board member for the cooperation you all had with me during my term. Thank you again for everybody who came here to give us a respect and have some memorable time for us. And from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank you everybody. God bless America. God bless Pakistan. Thank you.
I say Mr. Brother General Red Abbott, Mr. Khalid Qazi, President of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, Honorable Sheila Jackson, Congresswoman and a very dear friend, everybody at the head table. I am really delighted to be here, and I am overwhelmed by seeing this wonderful crowd in this wonderful room, in a wonderful setup for a wonderful cause. Thank you very much for being here, for supporting Pakistan Chambers, for supporting me, for supporting Pakistan, and for supporting Pakistan-USA relationship. I thank you all from the core of my heart, and I again say I am really, really overwhelmed. Thank you very much. My very special thanks to the organizers of this event who have put in a lot of hard work. I have been knowing for some time that they've been working hard, and I am taken by surprise that they have done a wonderful job. Thank you, the organizers. And my very special thanks to all of you who have been able to make it to this event, to encourage those who are working for strengthening of Pakistan-USA relationship. So I thank you all very much once again. I have been told that I have 4 minutes to speak. So as I said before in some of my speeches, that you give mic to a diplomat and then it is hard to take it back from you. So it would be difficult for me to contain my remarks and my feelings tonight, but I'll try to limit myself within those 4 minutes. Pakistan, as you all know, majority of you coming from Pakistan, settled here, and many friends who are Native Americans who may not be knowing as much about Pakistan. Pakistan is located at a very strategic location. We are at the doorstep of Middle East. We are neighbors to China, we are neighbors to India, we are neighbors to Afghanistan, we are neighbors to Central Asia. So Pakistan, being on warm waters, is a gateway to the trade, communications, civilizations, and economics. So all these corridors pass through Pakistan, going to any of the regions. So over 1 billion India, over 1 billion China, and resource-rich Central Asia, and now the Middle East, which has its own promises, its own resources, and it is very important. So we are in the middle of all of them. So that is what Pakistan is. And now conscious of where we are and where we want to be in terms of economics, in terms of politics, in terms of our role in the international arena, the government of Pakistan over the year has developed a communications and energy corridor. So we have developed the deep sea port of Gwadar in Balochistan province, and we have established a new highway on the west coast of, on the west bank of Indus, which connects Central Asia with Pakistan through Afghanistan. So we are looking forward to, and we are excitedly waiting for peace in Afghanistan, so that we are connected to Central Asia through road. So that is what is there. And with the United States, we have many complementarities, and over decades we have worked together as two friends, and we look forward to strengthening these relations further. And as far as Texas and Houston are concerned, the very important development which recently took place, Pakistan, conscious of the potential in this state and in this city, the government of Pakistan decided to send a 30-member energy trade delegation led by the Minister for Petroleum himself. So they were here last week. We have had wonderful meetings. I can't say everything now, but for sure, in my understanding, there would be very soon, inshallah, 2 to 3 deals, and we would be closer to Pakistan from Houston than we are today. And I find myself very lucky that this happened within 2 months of my arrival here. And I look forward to working with all of you towards strengthening Pakistan's economic relations with you. And you are the backbone of that setup which would enable us to achieve those goals. My very humble submission in the end, before my 4 minutes are over, I would like to be a bridge between Pakistani chambers, Pakistani business community, and US chambers, especially Houston chamber. Houston and Karachi are already sister cities. So on the basis of that relation, we have to build a little more. So my submission to you is, try to establish and strengthen institutional linkages, which are very important. And nowadays it is easier to communicate and to remain up to date about the potential here and about potential in Pakistan, especially potential with Karachi chambers, as the President of Pakistan Chambers has already mentioned. The strength of Karachi Chamber, and you better know the strength of Houston Chamber. So let us try to capitalize on that. You will not find us demanding anywhere. Just one last word, that let me assure all of you, be you Pakistani Americans, be you Pakistanis or be you Americans, that visa is not at all a problem for Americans intending to go to Pakistan for any type of business. So rest assured, my team is here, I am here, that you would get visas promptly, immediately, and if you want urgently, the urgent visa also is available without any waiting time. You apply today and you get it today. Thank you very much once again for listening to me so patiently and for having me here, giving me this honor. Have a very nice evening, enjoy yourself, and my fullest support and my team's fullest support to all of you, and I want this message to be spread in the Pakistani community and Pakistani Americans that we are service providers here, we are here to serve you. I thank you very much.
She had the least amount of money, I had the least amount of experience, so my bosses sent me the new kid on the block to cover this unheard of person running for city council. Well, guess what happened? The new kid on the block and the woman with the least amount of money to run for office, she won. Ended up being the lead story in the 10 o'clock news that night, and I was happy to report it. 25 years later, she has moved on to Washington, D.C., where she may be in Washington, but she is in Houston all the time. I tell you from experience, I have seen her firsthand. When there is a crime, injustice, she is there to rally the troops and to lead the cause. When Houston pools were threatened to be closed down because of lack of funding, she found funding and the pools opened. So our kids in the neediest areas were able to spend positive time during the summer at the city swimming pools. So if you haven't figured out who I'm talking about, someone that I've known for a minute, and who I'm proud to call friend, our U.S. Congress member, Sheila Jackson Lee. If you can please come forward and give a few words to us all.
Colonel Abbott, and to the audience gathered, you could not have picked a more significant and well-respected journalist than Cynthia Cisneros. Could we give our mistress of ceremony a rousing applause for her generosity and her caring attitude for this great community. By way of Washington, I traveled to Dallas today as an invited guest of the city of Dallas to commemorate and honor the life and legacy of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I started with that before I offered the greeting, Assalamu Alaikum, because I wanted to emphasize the significance of your day and this humble gathering, Pakistani Chamber of Commerce, USA, who has become not only a link to Pakistan, but a presence of significance in the United States of America. A significant force in the United States of America. I don't think you've heard me. A significant force in the United States of America. And as I listened to the tribute to President Kennedy, what came most to mind is, although his tenure was short as President of the United States, he left a legacy of drawing people together, drawing people toward the United States. Although there were a series of significant international issues, his basic legacy is how, as he went to Berlin, we could bring people together. And so for a moment in my time, I wanted to emphasize what I see this chamber and its significance. Let me thank Mr. Coker and to Muhammad Shike, Mr. Kazi, for your distinguished leadership. And when I say that, let me count the wives as well, because you cannot work with great leadership without the wonderful partner. Let us give these humble wives, these leaders, alongside of their husbands, a very rallying applause. You note that I'm a lady and I must say something kind about the ladies. Again, I want to acknowledge Javed Akmal, who exhibits the mainstreaming of Pakistani Americans. Businessman, friend of presidents from both sides of the aisle, and a leader in this state and in the nation. Dr. Qadir, who has just been elected the General Secretary of APNA, planning to work to link Pakistani's medical system along with others who are planning clinics. Let's give our physicians a large applause. They will be connecting to Pakistan. I want to thank Councilmember Lassiter, who's been a dear friend of mine for many, many years, who served this area. Councilmember Mitchell, and I say that because I was a council member and I know the work that both of you do in making sure that the quality of services to those who need them. Thank you so very much for your leadership in this city. What can I say about my district attorney? I call him that, he's from Fort Bend, but we see each other all the time and have similar issues, and I thank him so very much for his presence, along with Mayor Gonzalez. We are grateful for mayors, and we thank you very much from Rosenberg, and of course the representatives of Mayor Parker and Congressman Al Green. I want to say to my good friend Tahir Javed as well, I'm glad that he is anchoring Beaumont and he is building businesses strong there. Give them all a very large applause. The Consul General said something, and I want to say to him that his extended hand of friendship is to be accepted. From the cities of Lahore and Karachi and Islamabad to Peshawar and the Swat Valley and places beyond, Pakistan in spite of the challenges, is ready and able to engage in international commerce, and I'm delighted that Houston is at the epicenter of that international commerce. Thank you, Consul General, very much. So as I indicated in having an opportunity to be in Dallas, it again reminded me of the importance of building on our economy, which then President Kennedy was concerned about, and then likewise building on our friendship. To do that, tonight you will be honoring two very special companies, King Fuels and Dr. Raza Pasha, who is in the medical profession. I think the visit of the Minister of Energy says a very large statement. And that statement is that we have moved from the city that has a population of Pakistani Americans. We've now moved to a point of Pakistani Americans entrenched in the political process, involved in the electing of leaders of your choice, being heard on the international and national scene, being welcomed into the White House. And for that reason, the Minister of Energy, with the leadership of our Consul General, brought a 30-person delegation from Pakistan to do business in Houston with our businesses, and then to invite us to do business in Pakistan. That is the link that has been created because of the Pakistan Chamber and the large Pakistani American community. I want to be able to say that this is a normal visit, that exchanges will come on a regular basis. And I know that you can count on my good friend, Congressman Al Green, and myself working together. Not only that, as the chairwoman of the Texas Democratic Congressional Delegation, as I report back to them as we meet every week, it is important to note that you have friends not only from the two members that you know, but of the entire Texas Congressional Delegation, and certainly those that I am the chairwoman of. They are your friends. You can count on them working with you. As a co-chair of the Pakistan caucus, they said it couldn't be done. And today we still have 60+ members of Congress and others seeking to join out of the new members who have come for the 113th Congress. I believe it is important to refresh and say again, refresh your memories, and to say again that you also have friends on both sides of the aisle, as we say in Washington and in the White House. The Pakistan caucus, the Pakistan Chamber are exhibitions, are exhibiting, if you will, where this great community has gone. You are welcomed in Washington, you're welcomed in the halls of Congress, and you have brought people together. Now my challenge to you. My challenge is that we can always do more. And I look forward to the idea of the enhanced investment in the political process. I look forward to the opportunities for young people not only to be in business, which I celebrate and honor those who are being honored tonight, but I also look forward to them taking their rightful place continuously in places like council seats and seats in city government and congressional seats and the United States Senate, and yes, someday, as we have the great opportunity in the United States for all of us to seek the presidency of the United States of America. It is about involvement, investment, and it is also the message of President John F. Kennedy. And so the young must have ideas. They must be inspired. And in that time, Camlet inspired us. He inspired us to be givers of service, to recognize that no matter what political party we chose, General Abbott, that we were inspired to serve. And might I thank you, General Abbott, for your extensive work on human trafficking. We thank you very much for the work that the Attorney General has done on that issue. An issue very close to my heart, and continue to look forward to working with you as well as my colleagues. Let me close on something that I have mentioned before, and I hope that you will see it in the sense of positiveness that it is. I mentioned it last week, and I indicated to you that members of Congress were impressed with the courage of little Malala. We thank Pakistan for recognizing the world status that she now has. She is not a statement against any political preference in Pakistan. She is a face to the world to talk about the education of girls and boys. I can't imagine that the new government would not be equally as interested. And she has emerged as a voice for young people all over the world, receiving a standing ovation in the United Nations. And of course, she represents the call for human dignity for all persons. I'm glad to be joined by Congresswoman Ileana Roth-Layton, a Republican from Florida, as my co-sponsor of the Congressional Gold Medal for Malala. And I encourage you to call your members of Congress to support bringing this young lady here to be the new symbol of Pakistan, representing the same outreach that the Pakistan Chamber of Commerce represents. And so I leave this podium as a friend, knowing that this 17th year will grow into 18, 19, 20, until its 25th year and beyond. And all of what you will accomplish as this room continues to grow is a very important statement, one found in the Quran. Surely Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change their own condition. You have changed your condition, and as you change, you're changing the condition of the United States of America, and you're changing the worldview of Pakistan. What better mission than the mission that you have as we stand together, growing in harmony and unity, and making sure that we land successfully in the United States with human dignity and with our friends in Pakistan with human dignity. What a great partnership. Thank you all very much. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I present this resolution to the Chamber of the 21st Century. Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, USA, on the occasion of the 17th Annual Banquet and Awards Ceremony. It recounts the distinguished history of the founding by the President, Dr. Ashraf Abbasi. It's good to have vision, and it speaks about your successes throughout the 17 years, almost 2 decades, and it acknowledges the President-elect Pervez Iqbal and commendation of the United States Congress. Sheila Jackson Lee, Member of Congress, November the 22nd, 2013, an historic night, historic day. What a perfect partnership.
You'll be seeing and hearing from shortly. Javed Anwar, originally of Karachi, Pakistan, was raised by a single mother with the help of his maternal grandparents. After finishing high school, he came to the U.S. with 1 semester of tuition and living expenses. He entered engineering college at the University of Wyoming by working at the school cafeteria during fall and spring semesters and as a construction worker during the summer. Upon earning a degree in petroleum engineering, he worked with different oil companies in Midland, Amarillo, Houston, and Pampa, Texas. His days of poverty gradually came to an end by the rewards of hard work and persistence. During this time, he met Vicky, his wife of nearly 32 years. The couple has a boy and a girl, Ryan and Leslie. Like father, Ryan is a petroleum engineer working for an oil company out of Denver, and Mr. Anwar is also involved in fundraising and funding numerous charities, but has also donated millions of dollars to higher educational facilities for those of us here in this state. If I could please call forward Mr. Javed Anwar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Attorney General Greg Abbott, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson, Pakistan Consul General Afzal Mahmood, other distinguished guests. What a great pleasure and honor for me to introduce the next Governor of Texas, General Abbott. General Abbott is the 50th Attorney General of this state. And General, what a change in temperature. You were in Midland, Texas 2 weeks ago, 70 plus degrees weather, and here it is, we are freezing. Anyway, what a great pleasure. General Abbott, since he took the office, has made enforcing the law and preventing Texas his top crimes, his top priority. Peace officers with offices of Attorney General have removed thousands of sex predators from Texas Street. The Child Support Division has collected billions of dollars in child support for Texas children, and the medical fraud section has recovered hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars that were lost to waste, fraud, and abuse. As the top Texas lawyer, Attorney General has defined individual liberties, states' rights that are guaranteed under the Constitution. A native of Wichita, Texas, educated at UT, and also went to Vanderbilt as law school. What a great honor and pleasure that he has promoted individual liberties, freedom of expression, freedom of commerce, and I am one of those examples that I came from very humble background and got my education in the United States, and then moved to Texas since 1976, and I've been blessed. And Texas and the United States have provided me this opportunity that I can be really thankful to everybody that has helped me get to this point, and especially the people of the state of Texas and other friends in the United States. Friends, we should make an example of ourselves since we came from Pakistan, that we believe in freedom of expression and freedom of religion, and we can live with all the communities irregardless of religion, race, color, creed, and work for the betterment of society. Again, thank you, General Abbott, for accepting my invitation to fly to Texas. I'm so grateful for such a wonderful friend and the next governor of Texas. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And Java, alongside of you, where did Java go up to? Java, thank you very, very much for your very generous introduction. Thank you for all that you do to help make Texas a better place. I appreciate what you do for Texas, but I appreciate your friendship even more. President Kazi, it's been an honor working with you, with this organization, and getting plugged into all that you all are doing to stimulate the progress of commerce here in Fort Bend County, here in the greater Houston, Texas area, across the state and across this country. I applaud your great efforts to make this country a better place. To Shields Jackson Lee, to all the other elected officials at the table and across the room, thank you for being here. Thank you all for your service. But most importantly, to the men and women who are in this room, the men and women who are involved in business, whether it be in Texas or across this country. We're here tonight to celebrate the thousands of Pakistan American businesses across this entire nation. But as you might imagine, I am particularly proud that so many of them now call Texas home. I want to thank everybody here for the significant contributions that you all are making to prosperity right here in the United States of America. by creating jobs, by stimulating investment, and by growing our economy. And I also want to thank this organization and the people who are here for strengthening trade and commerce between Pakistan and the United States of America. And lastly, I want to highlight what will be the last thing that I do here tonight, and that is to recognize and congratulate the award winners tonight. We're so proud of the great role model they serve as for the development of commerce and activity here in the great state of Texas. Well, let me use as a transition point a connector, if you would. It's a way of connecting both the incident that put me in this wheelchair, connecting it with who you are and the challenges that you have dealt with. I moved to Houston myself in 1984. 2 months after I moved to Houston, I did something I did every single day. I went out for a jog. And while I was jogging one day, a huge, massive oak tree crashed down on my back, fracturing my vertebrae and my spinal cord, leaving me immediately and forever paralyzed for the rest of my life. Well, I was rushed to the medical center in Houston and spent a month and a half in Herman Hospital, and another month and a half in TIRR, where doctors literally pieced my life back together. But it was after that time that I went on to serve you all here in the Houston area as a state district judge, and then serving as a state Supreme Court justice, and now as your attorney general. And through that process, I learned something that I know that you all comprehend because it lies within your hearts as much as it does mine. And that is, our lives are not defined by the challenges we face. Instead, we get to define our lives by how we overcome the challenges that we confront. That is a principle and ideal that you all deal with in your daily lives. For those of you who were immigrants and coming to the United States, you face challenges and hurdles and obstacles just making it through that process. For those in this room who have created a business, you've struggled, you face challenges, you try to grow that business and sometimes fail only yet to get up again and make that business grow. You understand what it means to face challenges, but yet not allow you or your business or your family or your future to be defined by those challenges, but instead looking at that well of strength within yourself, within your own hearts, and using that to define your future. Well, I know that each of you tonight has your own story about dealing with and overcoming challenges. But I would like to recognize what an incredible role model that Javed Anwar provides for us. You heard in the remarkable introduction of him earlier the obstacles that he overcame to stand where he stands today. Growing up without money in Karachi, coming to this country with only enough resources to get him through 1 year of tuition to go to college, then working his way through college and coming to Texas to get involved in the oil and gas industry, and then leaving that, striking out on his own, starting a business, meeting with challenges, overcoming those challenges to be one of the most prominent energy executives in the United States of America today. Only in America can you accomplish something like that. Well, like so many successful Americans, John and his wife Vicki have given back to the country that gave them so much. They support charities and universities, ensuring that so many others will be able to achieve what they have experienced, passing the torch of liberty and prosperity on to the next generation. Well, the important thing about this story, the important thing about Java or about my situation is that those stories are not unique. Those stories can be retold at every single table here tonight. Everyone here is representative of the tug of freedom, the search for opportunity that has brought generations of people to this land in pursuit of the American dream. And I just want you to know how proud I am of every single person in this room and all that you have accomplished and for what you are contributing to Texas and to the United States of America. You all have been entrepreneurs. You all have been the businessmen and women who have elevated this state and this nation through the Pakistani Chamber of Commerce USA. You all have been the economic engine, helping to drive the unparalleled economic force that we've seen here in Texas and across this country. And as you might imagine, as a Texas state official, I am particularly proud of those of you who are doing business in Texas. You truly have elevated our state to the economic pinnacle of this country and of this world. Over the past decade, there have been more jobs created in Texas than any other state in the country. For 11 years in a row, Texas has been the top exporting state in the country. For 9 years in a row, Texas has been selected as the best state in which to do business. There was a study out recently that listed the top 10 hardest working cities in America. 5 of those top 10 cities are right here in Texas, including the greater Houston area as well. And thanks in significant part to some of the men and women in the room tonight, the United States of America is now the top oil-producing country in the world. The truth is, Texas and this country are exceptional, and you are a big reason why. You're the entrepreneurs, the risk takers, the people with a dream and the vision and the work ethic to achieve it. Well, I want you to know that our focus as state leaders is to maintain the structure that will ensure job growth in the future. We believe in keeping your taxes low, in keeping a restraint on the regulations that oftentimes choke off business opportunities. We believe in limiting the lawsuits that threaten growing job creation. And we believe in the right to work laws that have helped prevent some of the challenges that we've seen in some other cities and states across the country. And we also believe in the essential role that education plays in our lives. My wife of 32 years has been both a school teacher and a school principal. And we've seen the transformative role that education can play in the life of a child. How it can allow a child to achieve things their parent cannot even dream of. We recognize that many of you in this room tonight would not be in your current positions, would not even be able to participate in an event like this were it not for your access to education. Our future prosperity in this state and in this country, and our ability to be able to compete in the global marketplace will be determined by how well we educate our children today. Education opens the doors to the American dream itself. Regardless of your race, your religion, or your family origin, every single child deserves a chance, and those chances, those dreams, come closer to reality with each additional level of education a child achieves. The power of the American dream truly is the idea that any child of any circumstance can succeed in this country. In America, the child of a store clerk can genuinely dream of one day owning that store. And that's why people from Texas, you keep hiring, and you keep Texas and the United States of America prosperous. Thank you for what you do. May you always have for our future. Thank you.
That we are all enjoying here tonight. Certain individuals and businesses of exceptional achievements are honored by the PCC USA. It is in that vein that earlier this year, the PCC board appointed an ad hoc committee consisting of 4 individuals to select and find these individuals that we want to honor tonight. The committee consisted of 3 past presidents, Dr. Barkat Chaurania, Mr. Harun Sheikh, Mr. Gulfaraz Khan, and yours truly. We invited nominations from all sources, and after due diligence and following the criteria that was well established and published and advertised, we have recommended some names to the board, and board has given us the final approval for 2 awards. We will be honoring tonight a Professional of the Year and a Business of the Year. So I will start with the Professional of the Year. Somewhere in the Kirby, I believe, there is the Pasha Snoring and Sinus Center. It is a state-of-the-art sinus and snoring center for comprehensive management of snoring, sleep apnea, allergy, and sinus-related disorders, utilizing the latest non-surgical as well as surgical methods. They try to do everything with minimal invasiveness. Dr. Raza Pasha, the medical director of Pasha Snoring Center, is our Professional of the Year. Now, if my speech is getting long, and if I hear any snoring, guess who I'm sending it to you all? Dr. Pasha will come and treat the snoring very quickly, right, Dr. Pasha? Anyhow, he has the unique qualification of being both certified by the American Board of, and I'm not going to say that word, you all can read in the brochure that has been put on your desk. He will tell you the name of that specialty. However, it is related to ENT, ear, nose, and throat. And also, he has the certification in sleep medicine. Dr. Pasha has performed over 1,600 procedures to treat the sleep problem. One of Dr. Pasha's more notable achievements, however, is that he is the sole author of a review book for residents in training for sleep-related, issues. Aside from taking care of patients, he is fully involved in many community activities that I will not enumerate right now. He also, and I have no idea what it is, I'll probably ask him, what is a dark vested band of some sort? When I was reading his bio, there was a dark vested band, so he'll probably explain to us somewhere along the line. Anyhow, I'm going to request Mr. Pervez Iqbal to please escort our honoree for the Professional of the Year, Dr. Raza Pasha.
Universal message that all praises are due to God, the benefactor, merciful, and merciful Redeemer. Thank you very much. This is such an honor. I can't believe I'm up here. This is a great day. As I look around the room, it reminds me of why I came to Houston. I see a lot of the parent generation. When I came here, I come from a very small town in Ohio. It's called Vandalia, Ohio. And my family made up about 50% of the Pakistani population in Vandalia. So when I came to Houston and visited, and I went back, and my family and my friends asked me, why did you go to Houston? I go, there's a lot of brown people there. You know, there's a place called Sugarland, and there's a lot of brown people there, and you can go to Hillcroft, and you can get biryani and samosas, and the mayor, it was Mayor Bill White, and he speaks Urdu. And my friends were like, well, what's biryani and what's Urdu? I thought you speak Pakistani in Pakistan. So this is the kind of challenges that I was facing. But as I look around the room today, on the people who sponsor these tables, this is my background. I mean, this is my Wall State Bank and my first loan, and HR Shake, they were my accountants. So this is just tremendous. It's such a full circle to come back and be honored today. But there are some very important people in this room I have to recognize. First of all, my little brother's here. I call my little brother, he's always been my little brother. He's a transplant from San Diego. He's here today with his wife, my wife, who is mother of my 3 beautiful children. And of course, if you haven't met my parents, they are Houstonians now. They also managed to work their way from that very small town of 6 or 7 Pakistanis to this 150,000 million Pakistani group in Houston. And all I have to say is that anything that I've ever done, anything that I am doing, or anything that I will do, it's because of them. And I love them. I can't thank them enough. And I'll leave it with that. I know it's dinner time. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you. Thank you.
Exxon, Valero, and all the other gas, of course, Texas is an oil place, so they have to represent probably all of them. Currently, King Fuels generates more than $500 million in annual revenues. Besides major wholesale fuel distributorship in Houston, King Fuel also owns and operates several C-stores and gas stations of their own, along with many other quick service franchise restaurants. The company is also involved in buying, selling, and developing real estate. By having multiple sources of revenue, company is less contingent and dependent on just the gas price fluctuations and so forth. The force behind King Fuel is Mr. Zaki Niazi, and he will be accepting the award for King Fuel tonight. Within the next 5 years, Mr. Niazi expects to move at least 20 million gallons per month, with annual revenue close to or exceeding $1 billion. All right, I like to do that. To accommodate this growth, company is investing in real estate development as well as adapting to new technologies and finding new strategies to attain more satisfied customers. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find more information about King Fuel as well as Dr. Pasha in an insert in your Spokesman magazine. I now request Mr. Gulfaraz Khan, past president, to please escort Mr. Zaki Niazi to the stage so Mr. Greg Abbott can give him the award. Mr. Niazi.
Good evening, Mr. President, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my brothers and our colleague at King Fuels, I'm honored to accept the award Outstanding Business of the year 2013. Since 1996, we have been privileged to be both a member of Houston business community and Pakistan Chamber of Commerce. Our family considers itself very fortunate to have been able to come to the United States, and in Houston in particular. We have been blessed with the support of guidance of many individuals and organizations, both within the Pakistani community and the local community.
Official that we would like to honor this evening, and that is our U.S. Congressman Al Green. Sam Marchant is here. If you can please come forward to say a few words for us.
Since Congressman is not here today, he's somewhere else trying to put out some fires. I would like to request Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee to do the presentation. And without wasting much time, I would like to invite Mr. Khalid Qazi, the President of PCC, and Mr. Sir Mohammed Shike to please join us. There's just a couple of things that I'm just going to add to what Congresswoman Sheila has already mentioned, and this is he's reaching out and congratulating the PCC for improving the quality of life by promoting economic development throughout the greater Houston area, and he's promising to join Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee and the other Texas Congresspeople in helping Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and the Pakistan community in every way he can, and you can look forward to working with him. And I would like to go ahead and have Congresswoman Sheila Jackson present this to the President. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
So many presentations, so many wonderful speeches, so much to be uplifted and inspired by. We would like to take this time to give some final thanks and acknowledgments by Mr. Parvez Jamil Khan.
Wow, what an audience. So I'm the last one, and Honorable Abbott, as we come close to the end of tonight's ceremonies, I would like to, on behalf of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, its executives, its members, board members, I want to express thanks and gratitude to Attorney General Greg Abbott for gracing the Chamber with his presence here in this evening. We, the Chamber, also like to thank Mr. Javed Anwar for all his efforts so that Greg Abbott, Attorney General of Texas, could be here tonight. We also, the Chamber, like to thank all the dignitaries, political leaders, and other officials for their presence here this evening. Special thanks to our awardees who, of course, are the prime reason that we all are here. And again, thank you to all the volunteers who have been great help today in this evening. Last but not the least, I want to thank you, all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for sparing your time, especially in this evening, from your busy life and making Pakistan Chamber of Commerce proud with your presence. And I hope next year we're going to see you in the same 18th annual banquet and gala. Thank you very much.
So thank you all for your patience and your gratitude. We do have two buffet lines. One is right behind you and the other one is to the side. So please, if we can have this side of the room go that way and that side of the room go that way.
आपने भी हमारे प्रोग्राम को देखा। उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपको पसंद आया होगा। इस तरह के प्रोग्राम हमारी कम्युनिटी में होते रहने चाहिए। और आपको आखिर में बताता चलूं कि इस प्रोग्राम को स्पॉन्सर किया एस्ट्रो सिक्योरिटी इन्वेस्टिगेशन और एस्ट्रो सिक्योरिटी इंस्टीट्यूट ने। अगर आप कंसील हैंडगन का लाइसेंस लेना चाहते हैं, सिक्योरिटी ऑफिसर का लाइसेंस लेना चाहते हैं, उसको रिन्यू करना चाहते हैं या सिक्योरिटी कंपनी खोलना चाहते हैं, तो हमारी खिदमत को हासिल कीजिए। वाह टीवी पे आप मुझे कॉल कर सकते हैं। मेरा नाम है जॉन शाइक, 281-394-4337। और हाँ, आपको ये बताता चलूं, बहुत से लोग मुझे कॉल कर रहे हैं हमारी फिल्म में अमेरिकन तालिबान एंड लव इन अमेरिका। जी हाँ, उसकी शूटिंग शुरू हो चुकी है और बहुत जल्द आप उसे पर्दा स्क्रीन पर देखेंगे। कैमरामैन तारक हमीद के साथ मैं हूं आपका हादिम जॉन शाइक। इजाजत दीजिए। अल्लाह हाफिज। पाकिस्तान जिंदा पाइंदाबाद।